on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. As you've seen the title, we're going to be talking about suffering today and why I think suffering is kind of necessary to life. I guess we'll sit on the couch for a little bit. Just moved into a new place and we're going to film in different places throughout this video. But suffering. This is a very interesting topic for me because I kind of have two different thoughts when it comes to this. I would be lying if I said there was one side of me that questions, am I suffering? It's like, I know things for me haven't been going well for a long time and I don't like where I am. But then whenever I try to start taking steps out of just trying to get better, I have thoughts come in of, you're not really suffering, you're doing that for nothing. Like you're trying to get better for nothing because nothing's wrong. And the more I think about it, it's kind of like, okay, clearly now that's just some kind of toxic thing. And if you believe in God and all that, like I do, I'm a Christian. In my mind, that is Satan trying to mess with me and trying to get me to stay in what I am, which is not good. And then I have the other side of me that's like, yeah, clearly things aren't right. You're not happy with yourself. You don't like yourself at all. What you're going through right now is suffering. But when you read the sentence, suffering is necessary, you're like, what? Why is suffering necessary? And if you just look in life or the Bible, you don't even have to be a Christian. I'm sure some of you at least read the Bible, even if you're not a Christian. The lighting looks really good from there. Maybe I should just stay in the kitchen. But if you look in life today, or even during the Bible times, there are tons of examples of this, of people going through hard times. And then once they get through the hard time, good things come. Good things follow. For example, I'm going to be strongly paraphrasing here, so please don't I'm going to be talking about the Bible. Job's story. If you've ever read Job's story, he was a very God-centered man. He had a family. He had a lot of things. And then he kind of, just to long story short, he kind of lost everything. He lost his wife, his family, his crops, all of it. He lost everything. And if any of us today went through what Job went through, I'm not sure how it would be. But that man has had it about as rough as anybody gets on this earth. But anyways, he still persevered and he still worshiped God. And after that suffering was gone, I can't remember how much, but I think he got double of everything that he had. And that's just, that's a perfect example of suffering is necessary. What he went through was necessary to get him to where he was going. And if you want to talk about the current life, today's life, how many celebrities and just things like that have crazy stories, like athletes, actors, people that just really wanted to chase their dream. It wasn't easy, like so many people say. They say, oh, celebrities have it so easy. And some do. Some are born into it and that kind of thing. But a lot of the people, they suffered a lot to get to where they are today. Yeah, I think we're just going to stay in the kitchen. I really like the lighting in this kitchen. But to get back to the point, sometimes I get so lost in where I am and in my mind that I forget that good things come after suffering. Like I just kind of, honestly, you're like, this is just my life for the rest of my life. This is what I'm doomed to be. This is the place that I'm going to stay in forever, which is not the case. But I do think part of it deals with you deciding to come out of it, because I could very well say, I'm going to stay in this for the rest of my life. I am going to stay depressed. I don't want any help. No one's going to do anything. Then, nothing's going to happen. You have to also make a decision that you're going to try to get out of the suffering. And I most definitely want to do that. And I know there's a Bible verse talking about going through trials and tribulations and what comes after that. If I find it, I'm going to leave this part of the video and I'll put it somewhere over here. The verse that talks about going through trials and tribulations and then what comes after that. There's something about rejoicing during trials and tribulations because what comes after that is amazing. My hand was getting really tired of holding it, so I came upstairs into my content creating room. First time I've had one of these. It's pretty cool. Everything's a mess in here, but my hand got tired, so I'm using the stand now. But anyways, a question that some people ask is, how do I make my suffering easier? How do I blah, blah, blah. Like, how do I get out of the suffering? That kind of thing. And I think there's a certain answer, but at the same time, you're suffering. Like, suffering is not meant to be a good thing. And I do think every human will go through some type of suffering at some point in their life. That's just kind of the way it is. And going through hard times transform you into a better person. Like, they make you better. You learn from the mistakes during then. You learn from those hard times, and it makes you into a better person. But how does suffering get easier? For me, this is not something that I've done. This is something that I need to start doing, and I'm trying to work on it. If you can't tell with my last few videos, I'm really trying to step out of the place that I am in. And that is seeking God, because anytime that I have seeked God, things get better for me. They get easier. I'm not saying, oh, I become rich and all this and my problems just disappear. No, but there is some kind of peace that comes with chasing God in your mind. It's unexplainable. It really is. But there is a peace there that even when you're going through things, life is still going to be hard. He never said that life is going to be easy just because you're a Christian. But there is just some kind of peace that can be maintained because you know that God has got you. But if a non-Christian asked me this question, how do you get out of suffering? How does suffering become easier? I wouldn't know what to tell them, to be honest with you, because I have tried to figure things out my way. I have tried to just kind of hide the suffering, pretend it's not there, pretend I'm not going through anything, run to other things like Xbox that get me out of the reality that I'm in, and none of it works. So if a non-Christian asked me, I would tell them exactly what I just said. It would be chasing Jesus and getting to know him. And I'm not trying to force my religion on anybody. I'm just literally telling you my opinion, what has helped me in the past and what I need to get back to desperately, because whenever I try things that aren't Jesus, whenever I try the things of this world, I don't get fulfilled. Whenever I chase the addictions that I have, I'm not fulfilled. I just feel like trash every single time. Like, there is no freedom in that. One more thing that I do want to talk about is, if you are already a Christian and you're in church, something that you might hear from other churchgoers say is, if you're suffering, if something's wrong, you're not in the right place with God. And please do not take that advice, because all it takes is some reading of the Bible, cough, cough, the Job story, and you will know that is not the case. People go through suffering, and it leads you to a better place. The Bible has a lot of stuff about that. Like I mentioned that verse earlier. There's this rapper that I listen to, John Keith, and he talks about dealing with depression and things like that. And he is a Christian. And I remember somebody commenting something about, I don't remember the exact words. I don't want to put words in someone's mouth, but it was along the lines of, they decided to interrupt my video. But anyways, since you are dealing with the depression and that thing, you're not doing it right. You're not a Christian, that kind of thing. That is paraphrasing. I don't remember the exact sentence, but it was along those lines. And it's just like, first of all, you're not showing him the love of God, but suffering is just a part of life. And it really is. You can't tell someone they're not a Christian because of that. But I think that's pretty much all I want to say about this topic. Stay encouraged. Take this journey with me to better yourself and to chase God, to get out of the place that you were in, because I know that it's something that I really want to do, and I'm going to do it. I have to do it. But thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, I really do appreciate it. If you liked the video, be sure to leave a like. If you have any questions or maybe a certain topic that you would like to see a video on, drop that down below. I am trying to upload a video every single day. Again, thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.